December is almost over, which means it is time to pick my first TBR for 2026. I can't believe we are already at the end of 2025. But here we are now. I've picked the books for my January TBR. So let me show them to you. The first one is a book that we already had on my December TBR. It is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. So, the book that I'm reading in my Thursday Read With Me videos. At this point, I'm a little bit over 200 pages into the book from over 700. So, I still have a lot to read, and I will continue now in January. And if I can stay on my schedule, I will finish it at the end of February. But I can say so far I'm really, really liking it. Remember, I really loved The Secret History. I wasn't a fan of The Little Friend by Donna Tartt, but this time it hit it again in the right places. And I'm really enjoying my read so far. So, fingers crossed that it will continue like this. But I'm very hopeful here, and maybe this will get a 5-star read. We will see about that. The potential is there, and I can't wait to continue. The next book is book 6 in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. It is The Eye of the Bedlam Bride by Matt Dinniman. I'm currently still reading book 5, but I haven't much left. So I went to read book 6 in January with my buddy read girls again on Discord. Most of them already finished book 5, so I'm a little bit behind, but I am not the last one. And fingers crossed we have all finished book 5 when we start book 6. So all of us can read together and discuss the story. It is the thickest book of the series. It is over 800 pages. And I'm really interested to see what's going on now on floor 7 potentially. Because, as I said, I haven't finished book 5 yet, which plays on floor 6. But we had a teaser for floor 7, and I can't wait to see what it's all about and how the journey of Carl and Princess Donut continues. I'm still really enjoying the series, even if a lot of things go over my head because I can't remember everything that happened before. All the characters, all the names. I can't do that, and that's okay. I'm just here for the vibes and to enjoy the story. So let's see what's also on my TBR. It is also the next book in a series that I'm reading for a very long time now. It is the next book in the Zodiac Academy series. This is a book full of novellas, so an anthology. It is called Live and Let Lionel, and I already started the book now in December, but I've only read 2 chapters so far, so I will continue in January and hopefully finish Live and Let Lionel then, so I can read the final book in the Zodiac Academy series in February. I can't say much to this anthology right now, despite that every single novella or short story is introduced by Lionel and what he has to say about it. I have read 2 of the short stories before because they were part of my reading order, which is the one with the Ruthless Boys and Seth on the Moon, but everything else is new to me. And you will definitely hear from me when I read the book and when I finished it, because this will be part of my final chapter series. The next book is the start of a new series, and I wasn't planning on reading it very soon, but then the publisher surprised me with a review copy, and I'm reading The Sword of Kaigan by Emma Wang now in January with two of my buddy read partners, with Michelle and Maren. It was published now in German in December. It has beautiful sprayed edges. And I got this together with The Strength of the Few, which I'm currently reading. So stay tuned for that, because this will also be part of one of my final chapter vlogs. And of course, we continue with some series, because that is what I'm working on to reduce the series that I need to continue and finish. This will also be one of my goals for 2026. So, the next book on my TBR for January is the latest Boys of Tommen book, Releasing 10 by Chloe Walsh. It was released in November in German, and I also got a review copy here, which I really need to read. So I'm starting this on January 1st and probably finish around mid January when everything goes as planned. On the one side, I'm really, really scared to read this book. But on the other side, I know that I will really, really love the story of Lizzie and Hugh, even if it is super, super heavy. So please read the trigger warnings here. I don't know about the English copy, but in the German copy, there are some extreme warnings in the trigger warnings, with extreme written in bold letters. So please read the trigger warnings. Please be aware of this before you start releasing 10. I will take my time with it. Will take breaks when I need them, and will discuss it with my buddy read partners. The next book is the only ebook on my TBR. It is That One Night by Emily Rath, the prequel novella to the Jacksonville series. And I want to start with the novella. I will read the whole series with my buddy read partner Yassi. So we will read That One Night in January, and we also want to read Packing Around in January, which is the first book in the series after the prequel novella. We both love ice hockey romances, and we both love white shoe stories. So I can't wait to read Packing Around. It was on my wish list for months, if not years now, and I finally bought it. So fingers crossed that I will enjoy and love it. I heard before that it should be very, very spicy, but I'm okay with that, because I just want to enjoy my time with it. And now there is one last book on my TBR. If you know my TBRs, you can probably guess what it is. It is a book I already started and that I will continue in January. It is Words of Radiance by Brenton Sanderson, the second book in the Stormlight Archive series. This is where I'm at right now. So I am halfway through. I enjoy my time with it. I enjoy the POVs of Caledon probably the most, because there wasn't much happening with Shallan so far. And I hope we get more into it now that she arrived where she wanted to arrive. We already had some bickering. I really loved it, and I can't wait to continue. But I won't finish Words of Radiance in January. I will finish in February if everything goes as planned, because this is a really, really chunky book, over 1,200 pages, and I'm reading around 100 pages per week. So I have 600 pages left, which means 6 weeks left for this book. But the most important thing is that I'm enjoying my time with it. And I do that. And that also means that I showed you now all the books that are on my January TBR. These 7 print books plus the one ebook. As you can see here, except Live and Let Lionel, the books are all pretty chunky and all 600 to 1200 pages. So even if there are only 8 books, it is a lot to read because maybe I also try to sneak in some more books to finish some series or to start working on my 26 for 2026 list. But I haven't picked the 26 books for 2026 yet. I need to do this next, and you will see these books next week. So, in the meantime, please tell me in the comments what you want to read in January. What are your first reads of the new year? Please like the video, follow my channel if you wanna, and I will see you next time. Bye!